Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a quick look here again at PYTH. This is a very, very good one. Well, it looks like we have broken free from our descending trend line here. This is more of a macro trend line, keep in mind. It goes way back. And we'll look at some smaller term trend lines too, kind of see where we're at with that. So generally speaking, it looks favorable from the outside looking in, but we never want to take a trade based on one perspective or one time frame. So we'll get a bit of a closer look here soon. So if you're new to the channel, I just ask, hit the like button, comment below. If you want to learn to become a better trader, I've got a trading academy, community, and signals group. Link down below for that as well. CryptoCache Premium, essentially. And what that does for you is it gets you some pretty good entries and exits in the market. We've taken some nice profit here today so far. Caspa, 73%. Took 14% from Myro over the weekend. Had to close a short early. And then Avo as well, 63% on, I think that was on Sunday. So yeah, good stuff there, folks. Excellent news. Happy that's working well for you. Thanks for the awesome feedback. Do me a favor though, just hit that like button before we get any further. Absolutely appreciate that. So let's look at the liquidation levels below the price action. When we look at this here, this last 7 days, we can see a heavy concentration at 33 and 40 cents. And the likelihood of the price going that low is pretty low. There's low and high leverage longs here essentially in the market. But that tells us there's confidence too. Yeah. So again, it's generally a good sign when you see that, but it's also recognized as an area of interest for the whales. And you never want to be on their, a target of theirs, right? So don't take high leverage trades for example. That's probably the easiest way to do it. We use low leverage, low position size. All those shares I traded with you earlier, 4 to 5x leverage trades, occasionally 6x for very confident trades. But for the most part, we keep our leverage low and our survivability and our accounts balance is higher, right? It just makes sense. So point of control for the last few weeks of trading, we see a heavy concentration at 44 cents. So that is essentially the level of resistance that we got to get through, that 0.382 fib level that has since been retraced here today. So we saw it blast through, come back down. Now we're officially below that. Now the candlestick hasn't closed yet, so we don't want to jump the gun. But generally speaking, we want to be over the 20-day SMA at the very least, have a leg to stand on. So if we do close 44 cents or higher, that'd be a very, very awesome thing to see. The reason why is because we'd be above that point of control. We'd have higher volume leading into it. We'd be over that 20-day SMA as well. A lot of reasons why that would be a positive sign. So let's quickly note here a couple things on the RSI. The indicators down here, oscillators. We can see RSI is under 50. Not always the greatest sign. It's going to be under 50 for a little while because of how the price action is, how low it came, how quick it came down that low. But simple way to understand it here is stochastic swinging up. That's good. Money flow index is higher than the RSI, always a good sign. And we got MACD also converging here. So for the most part, it feels like the bottom's it. The bottom here at about 38 cents is a round number, is likely going to hold. Okay, let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame and see. We're smack dab in the middle of all moving averages. Nothing really fantastic there. RSI is maintaining above 50. That's always good. And we can see here that stochastic swinging down, and the money flow index essentially above the price action or the RSI over that 70 level. Those are all favorable signs. It means there's more money flowing into this coin the last 14 days than the previous period, and that's always a great sign. We can also recognize too that MACD is trying to diverge but hasn't, so we got this shift of momentum. The key takeaway here is that our most recent low here at about 42.5 cents. If we close above that today, we should be in good shape. Okay, that would imply that we are able to establish higher highs and higher lows, and might even potentially be working ourselves into some type of a pattern here. Okay, so let's go ahead and just draw that out so we get perspective for later, just so we can kind of pay attention to that guy. Okay. So again, I post these. If you're not familiar, I post these kind of playout charts on our Twitter, Telegram, Discord. They look a little something like this. So if you're familiar or unfamiliar, feel free to subscribe or follow. I do also do YouTube and TikTok Shorts now as well. I got a lot of positive feedback there. So looking at the 4-hour time frame though, we're in pretty decent shape, but also not great, right? The key takeaway here is that we're establishing higher highs and higher lows for the moment, but we got to confirm that that's going to continue. I think closing above this new shorter term trend line that I just drew out is ideal. That'll put us above the cloud in all likelihood as well. If we take a look here, correction, we're actually above the cloud. That'll maintain us above the cloud, okay? And that would be good because if the price action goes and does one of these, we'd also have the lagging span. Oops, sorry, let's grab this guy instead. Lagging span would be free and clear of the price action, or just about free. And that's ultimately what we're looking for, at least for confirmation. So me personally, and again, I'm going to post this on our playout charts here. You can see that we're looking for a closure at about 44 cents or higher for obvious reasons discussed on larger time frames, but also being above the cloud and maintaining it. Last thing we're going to look at here is the wonderful time price opportunity, okay? This is a newer option for TradingView, which is great because it gives us basically a volume profile for the last 24 hours. So the simple way to understand it is closing above, what do you know, 44 cents is going to be extremely important. That is the most amount of volume in the last 24 hours that we can see so far working as a tentative resistance. Okay, so it just implies here that we're probably going to have some difficulty closing above that. That's my guess, just because the price shot up, came back down, and that's the area that people bought the most. Okay, so again, generally construed as a resistance when we're below that price action. So once more, 44 cents or higher is an important place to close, which puts us right over here in about 24 hours in a perfect world. Is the world of cryptocurrency perfect? No, not even close. I chuckle at the thought of that, but it is fun and dynamic and never a dull moment. So thanks again for everybody who requested this. Again, I've got a request section in our Discord, so I'm getting to a lot of our requests here today. Thank you again for your patience. Do yourself a favor too, read this and look at this exclusively down below through Bitunix. If you use my link to register, you're automatically eligible. If you haven't, simply use my link to register and you'll get some really nice bonus rewards here. Upwards of $500 bonus rewards for a small deposit of $3,000. Pretty simple, pretty easy to use, and there's no limit of how you can utilize your bonus there. Okay, really cool stuff. Check that out. Hope you learned something again. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.